One thing Marvel is incredibly good at is misleading fans through trailers. You probably remember Avengers: Infinity War. In the trailer, Hulk was shown charging at full speed during the Battle of Wakanda. But in the actual movie, Hulk never even came out of the Hulkbuster armor. Then there was Spider-Man: No Way Home. The trailers made it seem like Tom Holland's Spider-Man would handle everything on his own. But the real surprise was the secret arrival of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and not a single frame of them was included in the marketing. And my personal favorite example is Captain America: Civil War. The first trailer hyped us up with Captain America versus Iron Man. Then the second trailer showed War Machine crashing, making everyone believe that Iron Man and Captain America were fighting because War Machine had died due to Cap's actions. But in the movie, the situation was completely different, and the ending went in a totally unexpected direction. Marvel appears to be using the exact same strategy with Spider-Man. Brand new day, right now. Fans are being distracted by the mystery surrounding Sadie Sink's character, while almost nobody is talking about the real villain. Because the moment Marvel reveals who Sadie Sink is actually playing, it will become very obvious as whether she's on the hero's side or the villain's side. Marvel clearly doesn't want to give us that clarity in the trailers, because that's where the mystery comes from. Just like Spider-Man was the surprise package in Civil War that distracted audiences from the core conflict in movies. Charles Xavier possesses similar telepathic abilities, and we've seen him perform feats like this many times. Only a handful of characters have ever been able to counter his powers. The first is Magneto, who uses his helmet to shield himself from Xavier's psychic attacks. The second is Emma Frost, who is also a telepath herself. You'll remember in X-Men: First Class when Xavier tried to track Sebastian Shaw. Emma Frost created a psychic countermeasure that shielded Shaw and his team. Psychic assault, and that character could be Sadie Sink's mystery role. Of course, that raises an obvious question. Why would Sadie Sink's character protect Punisher? The answer may actually be hidden in the first Brand New Day trailer. You can clearly see Punisher helping the person driving the tank, while Spider-Man is trying to stop that same individual. This conflict even leads to a clash between Spider-Man and Punisher. If Punisher helped Sadie's character escape, the first trailer also showed another interesting detail. Sadie's character seemingly vanished from the scene right in front of Spider-Man through what looked like a mind-based ability, and Peter couldn't do anything about it. On top of that, rumors have long suggested that Sadie's character is a telepath. There are even strong theories that she could be a Jean Grey-type character, or possibly Jean Grey herself. Naturally, many fans now assume that the mind-controlling character is the movie's main villain. But I think Marvel wants us to believe exactly that. After Limited, this suggests that the villain could be an unseen scientist manipulating people's minds, perhaps multiple villains at once. Scorpion is here, the Hand Ninjas are here, Tombstone has been confirmed. Boomerang and Tarantula are heavily rumored. That doesn't feel random. It feels like a coordinated plan. The villain seems like a scientist who hates Spider-Man so much that he's continuously sending enemies after him. And at this point, one name fits surprisingly well: the Jackal. Normally, I would consider Norman Osborn as a possibility, but the clues don't seem to point in his direction. In fact, many fans noticed what appeared to be a Jackal reference in the first Brand New Day trailer, particularly during the background dialogue involving Rebirth. For comic readers, Jackal isn't some random villain. He's one of Spider-Man's most psychologically terrifying enemies. Jackal's real name is Miles Warren, a brilliant geneticist and professor at Empire State University, the same university attended by Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy in the comics. After the death of his wife, Warren became mentally unstable. He eventually developed an unhealthy obsession with Gwen Stacy. When Gwen died, he blamed Spider-Man and became determined to defeat death through science. He began conducting cloning experiments, first on animals, then on humans. Eventually, he created clones of both Spider-Man and Gwen Stacy. Jackal was responsible for the original Clone Saga, one of the most famous Spider-Man storylines ever written. During Amazing Spider-Man issues 149 and 150, Peter Parker became so psychologically manipulated that he genuinely began questioning whether he was the real Peter Parker or merely a clone. That's Jackal's greatest weapon: not strength, not speed, confusion, chaos, psychological destruction. His obsession wasn't limited to cloning. He constantly played mind games with his victims. During the climax of the Clone Saga, Jackal manipulated both Peter Parker and his clone, filling their lives with false memories, staged scenarios, and relentless psychological pressure. He created a reality where neither of them knew who to trust. Now, we don't know exactly what Marvel Studios might change in the MCU version of the story. But I have noticed some interesting patterns. In the comics, villains like Scorpion and Tarantula often worked for Jackal and were sent to fight Spider-Man. Coincidentally, or perhaps not, both of those villains are expected to appear in Brand New Day. That matters because Empire State University is the exact institution where Miles Warren worked in the comics. Jackal is a master manipulator, and possible without someone pulling strings behind the scenes. The Hand doesn't work for money. They serve their masters and their cult. Their missions usually revolve around finding suitable hosts for powerful mystical entities. We saw something similar in the Defenders storyline involving Elektra and the Black Sky Prophecy, so the next Sadie Sink's character. But I think it's Miles Warren the Jackal, a scientist who turned Spider-Man's life into a nightmare during the Clone Saga, and may now be doing the same thing in the MCU. Maybe Sadie is the shield, maybe Punisher is the clue, maybe Hulk is the distraction. And maybe Peter Parker is about to face not only a mastermind villain but also his own mutation-related problems. For a brief moment, I even considered the scientist from Spider-Man, Far From Home, who helped Mysterio. But right now, my money is still on Jackal. So what do you think? Do you believe the Jackal theory makes sense? Or is there another villain hiding in plain sight? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and support your favorite content creator through channel membership. Thanks for watching, guys.